Hello, welcome along to session number 4 of Fit in 15. Today we've got a mat session. We're going to use obviously our mat, a band and dumbbells for this one. So we'll get straight into things as we always like to do. You're going to start on your mat in what we could call the pigeon pose position. What we can do is slightly further forward our leg. So it could be a 90-degree angle or close to. And all we're going to do from here, and we'll start easily, is just dip forward and back. We're just dropping in and dropping out. So a little bit of a warm up here. Now you can have your hand or one of the hands on your knee or just below your knee. But what we'd like to do with this movement over time, and it depends on the time of your day you're doing it is, but we want to try and increase the amount you're not using your hands and you use your body and your core in particular to draw yourself back up. Now depending, as I said, on the time of day and also how you're feeling, it might be easier or harder. But just play around with that. You're working to the end of the range of movement you've got, and you might just feel a lovely stretch as you lift yourself back up. Now let's switch sides. Same thing. Again, you might have a easier and a more difficult side. If you do, see if you can start on the more challenging side. So we're down and you're up. Now it doesn't matter you do that. But I do want you to focus on just as you practice this, if you go through this one a few times, repeating the session, that you feel if you can loosen and use less arm and less hands to draw back up. Now the positioning of your foot makes a big difference. If I'm at 90 degrees, I've got more stretch there. If I draw the foot in, I can go a lot further, a lot easier. So you've got those options. I'm in a position that's giving a bit of challenge there. And I just work through that movement. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to come over and we're going to do heels close to bottom for bridge. Now the heels close to the bottom means when we come up, we're going to get a bit more of a stretch on to the quads as we push up and down. Now you notice I'm not going to go all the way down here. But what we can do is we can play around with bringing those feet even closer in. So as we come up, we're really stretching and down, stretching. That's one way to do it. We'll play around with the different bridge positions through this session. But this first one, it's heels really close into your bottom. The other thing to do on this one, and you can bring a towel between your knees, but watching that the knees are not splaying out as you come out. They're not drifting apart too much. Neither are they touching. As you come up, we'll pause and hold. Then down, and one more time up. Pause and hold. Down from there, fabulous. Now from here, I'm going to do a core when I've got my head up. You can have your head down, but up, and we'll do scissor legs. So across and across. Now if that feels too much, you could do one in the middle, down, other one across. But if you're able to, belly button drawn in, or you can feel those core muscles engage, cross we go. Fabulous work. And then we take ourselves in for a little hug after that. And take a dumbbell overhead, long legs, arm overhead, and then from here we're up to touch and down. Now we can do this with the head coming up or staying down. Now if you bring the head up, we don't want to flex the spine in that way if we do have any severe bone issues like osteoporosis, in which case you'd keep the head down so your spine stays fully lengthened. But otherwise we can push our lower back into the ground and lift up a little more there. So different options, same movement. Through we go. And we'll do 2 more. Wonderful. I'll leave that weight overhead, and then from here, I'm going to take ourselves back into bridge, this time not so close to the bottom of the heels. And then tuck under, push up into full position. And then from here we'll do little bridging pulses for 5. Pause and hold. Check the knee position, not drawing apart. Pulse again. Push your feet into the ground to pulse. Tuck in the tailbone under. Last one there on that little set. And then one more time. Pulse. Push your feet in to create the pulse. Knees not drifting apart. Pause and hold. Bring it down. And then from there, single leg knee hug. Extend the other leg long. And switch. Single leg knee hug. Extending long. Fabulous. Round we come. Side planks. Options for modified or full plank. I'm going to hold. Arm can be up. Remember, you don't have to do the full one. You got your modified. And then from here, arms under and up. Under, up. Beautiful. One more there. Little hold. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Beautiful work. Well done. Other side, same thing. You've got your side plank, hold, or full if you want more challenge. So you choose, and then under. I like to do the modified just so people don't feel that pressure they have to do the full. But if you do want that challenge, you've got it there. Next one. Last one. Bring up. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. One leg over the other. Extend the bottom leg. Hand for support. Raise up. Adductor raises side leg or inner thigh, I should say. Beautiful. So as you raise, really think about lengthening the body, but being also really switched on in the core before you move. So you can just take your thumb and your fingers to the trunk and just feel that switching on before you create the movement. So you got that little pressure into your fingers and thumb, and feeling that switch on of those muscles. Roll over to your other side and do the same. Top legs over, bottom legs long, again switched on, and then from here, lift and lower. Beautiful. Good job. 2 more. Fabulous stuff. Okay, next we're going to take our dumbbell. We just need one. And we're going to take one leg out to the side in this position here. The dumbbell is just weighted in front, and all we're going to do is drop in and out. So we're just mobilizing into the groin and the hip here. Down and up. Loosening off. Now when you keep the upper body tall here, the stretches into that inner thigh, the loosening off the whole area around the groin and hip. We switch sides and we do the same across the other way. Now you can clock any difference as you move across the other way. You're working with your range of movement here. Beautiful. Next one is the last one. Fabulous. Weight down. I'm going to go into bridge on the back of that just to feel the bridge movement. So this time, same position as the last one, not too close. As we lift, bridge, extend the leg, down, hold, extend the leg, down. Now, the previous exercise is designed to just help activate and open up through the hips with this movement. Get those glutes muscles firing a little more. Now, if it's too much to do the extension of the leg, you can just go up and down. And that can be enough to feel those muscles working. Or you've got the option to do that a little more dynamically lifting, and lifting. Beautiful. Fabulous work. Let's bring that down from there. We come back round and we're into our, well, let's change, I'll do my other side first. Our dynamic pigeon stretch or glute stretch, if you want to keep it simple. Down and up, using less of the arms, more of the core to draw back up. Other side, same thing. Again, my positioning on my back leg, I've got it kind of roughly 90 degrees or tucked in a little bit, but you could have it further back if that feels more supportive. Depends on you. You could tuck right under if you've got this other leg tucked in too. But I like the positioning slightly out. A little bit more loading there to use the core, take yourself out of there. Heel close to bottom bridge. So in position, just draw in, extending up and down, up and down. So I've got that stretch into the quad, really push the knees away, create that length through the body. You can keep playing around with drawing those heels in. And pause and hold. Squeeze the knees slightly towards each other. And down into scissor. Cross we go. Beautiful. Work at the level you feel for you. Last one there. Out we come. I'm going to take my weight from overhead and keep the head down on this one. Just bringing it up. Now you can bring the elbows slightly wide here. Think of the bigger muscles moving the weight. Core switched on. So supporting that movement of the leg. Beautiful work. Fabulous. Down we go. We're back into those bridges. We're bridge heavy today. And we do our pulses. 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1. Now pushing the knees away. Thrusting the hips up. Pause and hold. And again. Beautiful. Down we come. Side planks. Long or modified. Under. Stretch. Under. Stretch. Keep the hips high. Wonderful. Switching sides. Again, full length or modified. Beautiful work. Down we come. Adductor raises, so inner thigh. Feel switched on before you move. Get those core muscles activated. Switching sides. So the second time through, I've gone through a little quicker. Again, with this one, we watched it. Want to have that side of the ribs facing to the ceiling if you can, and you're lifting from the inner heel, inner part of the heel. Beautiful. Next one's the last one. Rolling over. Final time with bridge. Up we come. Extend. Hold. Extend. Hold. Part way down. Thrust. And up. Down. Thrust. And up. Next one's the last one. Down and up. Pause and hold. And then down. And that's us. We've finished 15 minutes. Session 4 complete. Lots of glute work today, lots of hips. Hope you feel the benefit there. Thank you.